Welcome to Everyday English Boost, where every story helps you grow. Let's dive into today's story and learn English along the way.
Apology.
Apologies are one of the most essential tools in human relationships, as they offer a way to acknowledge mistakes, rebuild trust, and restore harmony between individuals or groups. The act of apologizing involves more than just saying, "I'm sorry." It requires humility, empathy, and a genuine desire to make amends. When delivered sincerely, an apology can bridge emotional distances, mending hurt feelings and offering closure to those who have been wronged. The importance of an apology lies in its ability to validate another person's experience. By acknowledging fault or oversight, the apologizer validates the hurt or disappointment the other person feels. This validation is key to restoring respect, as it affirms that the other person's feelings and experiences matter. Without this acknowledgement, resentment can linger, leading to a breakdown in communication and trust. In both personal and professional contexts, an apology serves as a foundational pillar for effective conflict resolution. Within friendships and family dynamics, an apology can mean the difference between prolonged tension and a quick return to warmth and support. For example, a simple but heartfelt apology after a misunderstanding can dissolve anger and replace it with empathy, helping both parties to understand each other better. In the workplace, apologies are equally vital, as they facilitate smoother teamwork and foster a culture of accountability. A manager who apologizes for an oversight demonstrates to their team that they value honesty and take responsibility for mistakes, which can enhance team morale and loyalty. From a psychological perspective, offering and receiving apologies also impacts mental well-being. For the person who has been wronged, an apology can provide relief from the hurt or anger that has built up over time. On the other hand, the person apologizing often feels a sense of relief and closure after acknowledging their fault. This mutual benefit stems from the human need for emotional balance and the desire to feel valued in relationships. In fact, studies show that people who are willing to apologize experience lower levels of guilt and shame, which can improve mental health in the long term. However, for an apology to be effective, it must be sincere and accompanied by an effort to make things right. A superficial or forced apology can have the opposite effect, leaving the other person feeling manipulated or dismissed. For instance, if someone apologizes without truly understanding the impact of their actions, it can seem as though they are simply trying to avoid consequences rather than making amends. An effective apology, therefore, requires both words and actions that show a commitment to improvement. It involves expressing regret, taking responsibility, and sometimes even proposing concrete steps to prevent a recurrence. The timing of an apology is another critical factor. Apologizing too quickly before truly reflecting on the situation can make the apology seem insincere. Conversely, delaying an apology too long can exacerbate the hurt and create further resentment. Striking a balance and choosing an appropriate moment to apologize shows the other person that their feelings are being considered thoughtfully. Moreover, apologies can have a transformative effect on one's personal growth. Recognizing and admitting mistakes helps individuals develop a more compassionate view of themselves and others. People who apologize regularly learn to view mistakes not as personal failings, but as opportunities to improve. This perspective fosters resilience and humility, as individuals learn to separate their self-worth from their errors, thereby embracing a more forgiving approach to life. In social and cultural contexts, apologies are also a way to acknowledge collective mistakes and historical wrongs. Public apologies by leaders or governments play a significant role in acknowledging past injustices and signaling a commitment to reconciliation. Such apologies can have a profound effect on affected communities, offering them a sense of recognition and promoting healing on a broader scale. For instance, apologies issued by governments to minority groups for historical oppression have, in many cases, served as a starting point for legislative changes and cultural shifts towards equality. On a more philosophical level, apologies reinforce the concept of human interconnectedness. When individuals apologize, they acknowledge that their actions impact others, thus fostering a sense of shared responsibility within communities. This interconnectedness can build a more compassionate society, where people are willing to hold themselves accountable not only for their own growth, but also for the well-being of others around them. In conclusion, apologies hold a transformative power that extends beyond the immediate act. They contribute to healthier relationships, foster personal growth, and can even bring about social healing. While apologizing can be challenging, the benefits often outweigh the initial discomfort, as sincere apologies lead to a more understanding, compassionate, and resilient world. When delivered with honesty and humility, apologies pave the way for lasting connections and a more harmonious coexistence.
Thanks for joining today's story. Keep learning, keep exploring, and see you next time.